What's going on, everyone? We have a FateDecided exclusive spoiler/leak for the upcoming Scream 5 film. Now, the person with this information has yet to post about it. They reached out to me via email, shared this information with me, and told me I could make a video. This person did post the sort of first half to this leak/spoiler, and I'm very excited to be the first to share the second half to this information. Before we jump into it, this is a spoiler/leak video, and I know many of you want nothing to do with it, so I completely understand if you click away. All I ask is please hit that like button. It helps support the channel and get this out to people that do want this information. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with all things Scream. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions, and you never know when we will get a exclusive leak for the upcoming film. Now, with that being said, let's get into this spoiler. So the other day, this Scream 5 soundtrack with all of the titles, continuity, sort of breakdown, I mean, it really painted a picture of the first half of the film, was posted and deleted. Luckily, the internet lives forever, so myself and many other people were able to talk about this. But just this half, because the second half was never posted until now. Now, I'm not going to go into this first half because I already have a video onto it. I'll link that down in the description below. However you want to watch it before I get into the second half. After, again, it sort of paints a picture of the film, so however you want to learn about it. Well, the person that made this post and never posted the second one, again, emailed me, and that is this guy, Yusef Delrose. Now, the reason he emailed me is he's a subscriber on the channel. See what happens when you subscribe to this channel? If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now. And while we're here, if you haven't liked the video, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. So Yusef is, again, a subscriber here on the channel. I've had tons of conversations with them. We even have a collab video I'll link down in the description because I have a email where you can submit video, audio, theories, whatever, and I'll make a video out of it, kind of give my opinion and add to it, whatever, depending on the type of video you submit or audio you submit. But anyway, again, link down in the description. Well, I posted the video on the first half, and he reached out to me and was like, that's funny, I'm the one that posted that. Here's the rest. And we had a discussion, and he was like, yeah, sure, share it. I told him I'd give him a shout out unless he wanted to be anonymous, but he said no. So all of his social media linked down in the description below. Go show him some love. I don't have a Twitter, otherwise I'd show his Twitter on screen, but there is his Instagram. So go, again, subscribe, show him some love, follow him, whatever, all that good stuff. Again, thank you so much, Yusef, for sharing this information with me. I'm excited to be able to share this with the rest of my subscribers, and let's get into it. Here we go. So I'm going to read what we got here. We'll dissect it, break it down, have our discussion per usual, so make sure you join it down in the comments below, and then that'll wrap up the video. Now, here's where things get interesting and potentially spoilery. So there's 3 tracks in a row, tracks 9 through 11, which line up with one of the leaks we've had so far. So there's 2 possibilities. Either the person made these tracks up to line them up with the leaks, so to make it more credible, or they are just real. Okay, so the first of these tracks is titled Judy on Call. The leak said Judy gets a call from Ghostface, who says he's in her house with Wes, her son. Judy then apparently races home in her cop car, where her and Wes are killed by Ghostface. This would be confirmed by the next soundtrack, Bounds of Blood. The same leak also said that right after Judy and Wes are murdered, Gail reports on it. The next track is called Live on the Scene. Live on the Scene with Gail Weathers. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, moving on, track 14 is Hello Sydney, which confirms that Sydney will receive a call from Ghostface. Yay, exciting. Track 15 is named 261 Turner Lane, which, if you don't know, is Stu's house. I think we already know that Stu's house will be returning due to those behind-the-scenes pics, but I suppose this is an extra confirmation. That's great. The 16th track for Wes, which I love, I don't know what the scene will be that it'll play over, but I'm really happy about that. Wes deserves it. Master of Horror for sure. That is true. He is Master of Horror. Lovers Unmasked. This pretty much confirms that 2 of our killers will be romantic relationship. A few possibilities here is that Sam and Richie, Tara and Amber, or just a completely different couple we don't know of yet that'll be introduced during the movie. I find this exciting. We've never really had this kind of killer duo. We did have Jill and Charlie, but as we saw with Jill, was just using him in the end. We also have Final Girls, which is amazing. I think we all know what that'll be. Some cool scene where our final girls walk off into the distance together, hopefully Sydney, Gail, Sam, and Tara, or it's just them together after the final showdown. Either way sounds really good. And then our final track is named Homecoming. Now this one's really excites me. I think it means only one thing. Kirby Reed is alive and she's heading back to Woodsboro for the next one. This might be the scene before the credits. It may be a poster credit teaser, who knows. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and whether you think this is true or not. So again, Yusuf, thank you so much for sharing this information with me. Right off the bat, this does line up with one of the spoilers that was released a little while ago. I want to say about a week or two ago. The problem is I was never able to confirm that. I was never able to confirm that spoiler. Now, the Terror one, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link that one down in the description below as well. That one was by a source that was very credible and leaking past films. So a lot of people kind of buy into that. All the other ones were kind of, just it seemed like somebody on the internet. I do love how this all breaks down. The kind of consensus is that Judy is Ghostface. But it would be interesting to see if her being a kill at some point. Again, this is later. This isn't in the beginning. This would be the second half of the film. So it would make sense that maybe Judy and Wes are killed. Though I believe that same spoiler that this sounds lined up to said that Judy and Wes appeared to be dead. But they really weren't. They were later revealed to be Ghostface or something along those lines. I don't remember. Don't quote me off the top of my head. But yeah, as far as like, that whole Judy thing, I mean, it makes a ton of sense. Gail reporting live. Especially if she's getting back into reporting, I mean, it'd make a ton of sense. It's kind of interesting, given Judy and Gail's relationship in Scream 4, that she would be there to kind of report on what happened to Judy and Wes, if this is real. Again, take these spoilers with a grain of salt. I mean, even Yusuf in these posts say, let me know what you think, if this is true or not. So take these as you may. There's no real confirmation until the film actually comes out. Now, as far as these titles, like how he said, it sounds like somebody either lined this up to make sense to the film or it's real. Well, I said this in the past video with the first half, is that a lot of times some films will actually title their songs certain scenes, so that way the orchestra and everyone involved knows what song is which. Rather than naming it, whatever, Birds in the Sky, it's called Judy on Call, because that song fits that scene. And so that way everyone knows, okay, we're going to do Judy on Call. And they're like, okay, cool. So boom, boom, boom. Because as I said in the last video, we have yet to have a Scream where the soundtrack matches up exactly to the film, at least the title names. Now, again, the title to these songs could be completely different, and that these are just titled to fit and make it easier for everyone to record these tracks and kind of put it all together. It just makes it easier for the production team to put it all together. Now, the sort of next one, which would be the Hello Sydney, I mean, that just makes sense. I mean, Sydney's going to get a call from Ghostface at some point. We all know that. So that is very common. The track number 15, 261 Turner Lane, makes a ton of sense. There's tons of information in regards to the Stu house, and we don't know how they're incorporating it. Again, I have a video on that also, linked down in the description. But yeah, so I can really see that taking place. I could see that being a part of this upcoming film. Then number 16 for Wes, I think that's just a homage to Wes. Makes a ton of sense. I could see it maybe being like a blend of kind of maybe multiple Wes films. I think that'd be amazing. Like certain specific scores from, like give us like the original, like Return to Woodsboro, 1, 2, Freddy's Coming for You, whatever the actual name of that song is, and just taking songs and kind of orchestrate, like blending them together, I think would be really cool. That would be something that I would love to see, especially for Wes. Again, he's a master of horror. He really is. Now, Lovers Unmasked, it would make a lot of sense that the two people would be romantically involved. He does give great suggestions, Sam and Richie, Tara and Amber. Those are two couples that are supposed to be linked together, but it could very well be another sort of twist, as he said, that it could be somebody that was revealed in the film as a couple. So that kind of gives us something to look out for, to look after, kind of piece together, like, oh, okay, well, these two look like they could be a couple, you know what I mean? Or maybe it'll just be a distance thing. I mean, Charlie and Jill, we didn't know that they were like together until the end of the film. So that could be a possibility too. It might not even be any of the couples. It might not be revealed till the end. Maybe Sam is with somebody else, or Tara is with somebody else. I mean, you never really know. Final Girls makes a ton of sense. They've kind of hinted that we'll get another final girl outside of Sydney. I don't even know if it would be that many. I mean, he said Sydney, Gail, Sam, and Tara. It very well could just be Sydney and Tara, or Sydney and Sam, especially if Sam is one of the killers. She's probably going to meet her end, so it could just be Tara and Sydney. That'll be interesting to kind of see the final showdown. And then the track Homecoming. Now this, I know a lot of people want Kirby to be in this film. I don't think that's what it is. I mean, it's a great theory, Yusuf. If you're watching this video, I know many people want Kirby to return to this film. Homecoming, I mean, that could essentially be anything. I mean, maybe Sydney actually is going to live in Woodsboro from then forward. Maybe she's tired of hiding, tired of running, and that would be a homecoming. Sydney saying, you know what, I'm moving here, I'm staying here, forget it. Maybe, I mean, it makes sense that if that's the title, it would be a sort of character from the past that came. But I mean, you could spin that 50 million ways. Could it be Kirby Reed? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to say, no, that absolutely not. No, I mean, it could. It would be kind of interesting. I've said, like, when it comes to Stu, Kirby, all that stuff, I don't think you can incorporate them in this film. If you're going to introduce them or reintroduce them, then it has to be in 6 or 7. So to kind of see a Kirby or Stu or something like that at the end of this film, to me, is the only way you can really do this, because they would have to be sort of a focal point in the next film. You can't really do that in this film because there's just too much to cover. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, nothing on here sounds unbelievable. I said that about the first one. Again, the spoiler that this sounds it's based off of, the script leak, I'm pretty sure is not real. I think it was confirmed fake. Because the first half didn't really sound like that script, but this half definitely does. The sort of end to the first half said Sam's dreams, and I really didn't put 2 and 2 together. I even said I had never heard of her having dreams, but now that I'm reading this, I'm starting to put those 2 together, because I think Sam had dreams in that leak, and if this is based on that leak, then this is probably fake. Granted, this is a synopsis based on these titles. So these actually could be the name of the songs. I mean, a lot of these titles, like Judy on Call, could be anything. I mean, she could be, how they talked about a bait and switch with Judy. So, that could be easily just, her on a call, or maybe she's revealed as Ghostface. There's talks that there's going to be a mid-film reveal of Ghostface. Maybe that's what it is, and she's on call with somebody, and that's how we can tell. I mean, all of these titles can be interpreted 50 million ways. And as far as the continuity goes, so again, I said this in the first video, if I had to guess, I could see these being real. As far as like the breakdown and synopsis, it sounds to me like it's based on a leak that was proven fake. And if that's the case, then that doesn't mean the titles of this song are fake. It just means that, like, the overall synopsis, although some of these, like I said, like track 15, the Turner Lane, makes a ton of sense. Track 16, 4 West, makes a ton of sense, even if it's not based on that. But there's a couple of these, like primarily the Judy on Call one is the only one that's based on that leak that doesn't add up, doesn't make sense, because that leak was proven fake. Everything else outside of that sort of breakdown for that song and title could be real. But As always, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Do you think these are real? Do you not think these are real? Again, go show Yusef some love. Links down in the description. Check out the first half if you have not. Don't forget to like this video. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, follow by the bell notifications, stay up to date with all things Scream, join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.